For latest astrology videos, subscribe AstroEdify channel and press this bell icon to get notified when a new video goes live. Hello everybody, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to talk about Sun in first house. What kind of results we can see if Sun is placed in the first house in anybody's horoscope. So let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself, you can go on this website. The link is given in the description. So today we are going to talk about the placement of Sun in the first house in anybody's horoscope. And we are going to talk about two cases here. First is the case of Sun, if it is well placed, is strong, making good combinations and sitting in the first house. And the second case, if Sun is afflicted, badly placed, making malefic yogas in the chart, then what kind of results we can expect. Now, if you don't know how a planet is judged, that whether it is strong or weak or good or bad or afflicted or making good combinations, I've already made several detailed videos in my basic series of astrology. Its link is shown in the card section above. You can visit that and check for yourself that how a particular planet, I'm just talking about the Sun here, but how to assess any planet's nature and behavior and in which conditions they are considered well placed or badly placed or good or bad. So that kind of thing. So we are going to start with the first case here. If Sun is well placed in the first house of the native, so well placed means if Sun is sitting with benefic planets, friendly planets, and it is not in an enemy sign, it is not in a debilitation sign. Even if it is debilitated, its Neej Bhanga is happening, then it is fine. But if its Neej Bhanga is not happening, then we have to see that the strength loss will be there. Then Sun is, if it is the lord of Kendra or Trikona houses, then also sitting in the first house, it makes person strong. So these are the certain conditions that where we will see that yeah, Sun is considered to be well placed and suitable or positive for the native. So if these are the situations, and the lordship means the sign in which the Sun is sitting, if the lord of that sign is also well placed in the chart, even if it is an enemy sign, but if it is well placed in the chart, Sun will receive the strength. So the thing here is that Sun in first house, if it is strong, receiving support from the lord in whose sign it is sitting, and it is the lord of the Kendra Trikona houses or making good combinations with other planets, then it will be considered well placed and good and benefic for the person. And now Sun can bring several results here, because first house is what? First house is you yourself, your personality, your thinking, your behavior, and Sun is also your personality. Moon and Sun and the Ascendant Lord, all three of them together govern the personality of any person. So if Sun is well placed in the first house, then it can bring a lot of positive characteristics in the nature of the person. So first of all, it can make person highly ambitious. Sun is ambition. Sun is the desire to have individual identity in society. So it gives ego, makes person egoistic. It brings high ambitious nature. It makes person somewhat stubborn, gives good leadership skills, makes person bold, courageous, assertive, and attitude where you have ambitions but you also have enough capability to work for them, not just having desires and not working for them and at all. That kind of attitude is not going to be there. So Sun provides that mentality that if a person has ambitions and deep high desires to achieve something, it will also provide you the will, the stamina, the courage, the fighting spirit, the relentlessness to achieve those things through your efforts and hard work. So that kind of thing will also be seen if Sun is well placed. Then as I said, it as first house is you yourself, and Sun is the personality, the ego. So it makes person somewhat self-centered in behavior and also self-obsessed, because most of the time the person will be thinking most about themselves, that what even if you are what you can say fulfilling your duties, your responsibilities towards other areas of life, but still every time the primary aspect will fall upon the own self, that whether anything, it could be small or big, how it is impacting me as an individual, how I am gaining or what I am what effect I am having of that. It can be anything in life. So it makes that kind of self-conscious image, self-obsessed image sometimes, and becomes a person becomes what you can say self-centered in nature as well. So the decision making is good, the leadership skill is fine, and it also what you can say makes person somewhat driven by social validation. However, if sun is strong, the person might portray that they are not worried about their societal image in the public among the people, but inherently internally they will be bothered by that. So driven by social validation, it has to be there, it cannot be lost if sun is strong in the first house. Then the thing here is that sun also is the in this placement, it brings a nature where a person is driven by power, authority, status, name, reputation, fame in society. So that is what sun is. Sun is the king. So it brings a mentality or a thought process where a person wants these things, and they want their individual identity, no matter how wealthy you are, or how well off you are, or no matter how much you were born, even if in a wealthy family. Then also, if sun is strong, it will still bring that thought process that no, I have to bring my own individual identity, I'm not going to derive ego from my family or other things. So that is the positive aspect of sun, no matter how well off you are, but still that sun is going to bring that internal desire that I have to be something of my own self. People should know me by my name, by my qualities, rather than knowing me by something I am associated with, like family members or parents or anything like that. Then sun in the first house brings a lot of self-respect, and for the person, means their dignity and self-respect is very important for them. Here money matters, I'm not saying that money does not matter, but money is secondary. The primary factor is my image, my self-respect, my dignity cannot be compromised, that kind of thing. And it makes person self-confident, because sun is your confidence, your self-esteem. So if sun is well placed, it makes person dominating, confident, motivated, dedicated, committed, and person who has strong will and competition, or or a fighting spirit to achieve the things what they targeted themselves for. And also in first house, sun makes person somewhat dramatic, and attention seeking behavior can also be seen with this placement. It makes person stubborn, controlling, inflexible in decisions. It makes person also highly independent, but the problem here is that person does not respect the other people's independence. They want that other people should adjust according to me, as per my needs, as per my things, my viewpoints, my perceptions. But I am not going to be easily adjusting or accommodating. So that kind of thing can be seen, because that is what sun is. Sun is king. King is responsible for the rule of the masses. So people have to abide by the rules and regulations made by the king. It is not vice versa. So that is the nature of sun. So sun brings this kind of independent nature for the self, but sometimes we are not able to respect other people's independence and want them to what you can say adjust according to our needs. Then sun also makes person physically strong. You have to see the Lagna Lord, how it is placed, and the weekday Lord, how it is placed. But if they are well placed, then it brings good health, energy, vitality, stamina, and physical strength. That can be also seen. Then sun in the first house also brings a charismatic persona. People are what you can say attracted by you. It's not like an attraction of beauty. Beauty is different. I'm talking about attraction where people are attracted by your persona, by your way of speaking, by your personality in an overall sense, that kind of thing. Then but in this case, sun also, you have to see the placement of the 10th house. If that is well placed, then it brings good material progress and success in life, and the ambitions which I said the person has, they are fulfilled. And apart from that, another point which can sun bring here is that the more material accomplishments happen in life, the more arrogance increases. Sun increases the ego, it gives the ego boost. So maybe you are reflecting that in front of people or not, that is a different scenario, but it brings that internal boost of ego and arrogance in the behavior. The more person is going to be successful and fulfilling their ambitions what they had. Then it can also make person somewhat narcissistic, because that is what sun is in the first house. But the biggest point here is that if sun is strong, then and of course the moon, you have to see the moon. The person does not blame others for their own faults and do not find excuses for their own mistakes. That is the very positive aspect of sun in the first house. It can make a person egoistic, but it is not going to bring a negative personality where the person shifts blame for their mistakes and find excuses for their mistakes and want to take and hog on all to the credit of others even when they are not even working. So that is the characteristic of negative sun, not positive sun. So these are some very good aspects of sun in the first house if it is well placed in the chart. Now we will talk about if sun is losing the power, it is badly placed, enemy signs, debilitation, no neej bhanga, and the sign in which it is sitting, the lord of that zodiac sign is badly placed, it is afflicted in the chart, in Navamsha chart sun is not well placed. So any of those things if they are happening, then sun in the first house has capability to bring a lot of problems in life as well. A negative personality can be seen. So if sun is badly placed, what happens is that now sun can bring ambitions in life, lot of desires and material expectations can be seen, but the problem will be that person will not have enough courage, stamina, willpower, dedication and commitment and seriousness to pursue those things and work for those things. The hard work which is required, the efforts which are required, the relentlessness which is required, the persistence which is required is not there. So you have ambitions, but you don't have enough confidence, enough seriousness, enough will to pursue them and work for them. What happens here is that person can start or initiate things enthusiastically, but later on find themselves in a state of boredom and leave the things in between after starting them. That is one thing. Second, it brings a lot of problems and gives a fragile ego. It brings a lot of problem to the personality. So fragile ego can be seen, where even if the things were not meant to be directed at you, but you because of your flawed personality, you think that it is directed at you. So that kind of fragile ego can be seen. Then it can bring anger issues, low self-esteem or low self-confidence. It can also show self-hatred, high social validation. But in this case, what will happen? Sun will seek out social validation no matter what, whether it is good or bad. But if it is good, then it will receive it and it will not portray that I want that. In this case, it will desperately want that. It will cling on to the social validation and the attention of other people if it is bad. But the point here is that you are not going to get it easily, because sun is the respect and the reputation which you command in society. If it is not well placed, it is bad in the chart, then that is going to be affected. The social image, the public image is going to be affected. Then it creates and one more thing, why it gives a lot of this issue like social validation and self-esteem issues. The reason is identity crisis. Sun is your identity, the ego. So if it is in the first house and it is badly placed, it creates a lot of mental confusion and identity crisis in the person, where you no longer know that who you really are as your own self. You are most of the time dependent on opinions of other people to judge yourself. That is the problem. Then sun also in the first house can show poor health, lethargy, no energy, no stamina, and any kind of health issues can be seen with respect to the first house placement of bad sun. Then it gives a lot of procrastinating nature. If it is well placed, the nature won't be procrastinating. It will be like, I have to follow these things, I want these things, I have to work hard, that kind of thing, a disciplined, organized approach. But if it is badly placed, what will happen? The lethargy and procrastination will take over and they will become severe the more the sun is badly placed. Then, as I mentioned, it brings it brings what you can say reduction in commitment and dedication and willpower. But stubbornness is there. Misdirection is there, and misdirection in a sense that, let's suppose the things which are good for you, the decision making is wrong here most of the time. So the things which are good for you, you are not going to be even thinking about them at all, and the things which are most of the time creating problems for you, they are not easily possible in your life. You are more attracted and inclined towards them. So wrong decision making can be seen because of misdirected thought process. Then it can also show controlling, dominating nature, not dominating, controlling nature, but controlling nature not through domination, rather through manipulation. Because for domination, you need courage, you need what you can say charisma, you need intimidating personality. But if sun is in the first house, that's not going to be there easily. So still, sun means I want to control the things as per my wishes. But the point here is that it's now going to be through a process of manipulation, and yeah, manipulation, and not through the outright process of confronting people, that kind of thing. So that is another thing. If sun is really badly placed in first house, it can also make person quite selfish and timid, and uh, what you can say, courage is not going to be there. Dramatic personality can be seen. In certain cases, it's not always the case, you don't have to jump to conclusions, but yes, if sun is really afflicted in the first house, it can also bring personality disorders. There are various kinds of personality disorders, many kinds. It can bring any of those personality disorders in the native, if it is making bad combinations for the health. Then it can bring egomania, or as I said, total loss of self-esteem, many of those things. Then it can also show trouble in relationships with everybody, because from the first house, sun is looking at the seventh house. So if sun is bad, what will happen? It will damage the seventh house, and seventh house is not just your partnership or marriage. It's, apart from that, the society, the people whom you come across in your environment where you live. So it can show troubles in relationships with everybody. It could be your friends, family, parents, and relationships and marriage and whatnot, everything. Then now the negative thing, what can be seen here, that the sun is now, if it is bad, what will happen? That the person can have a tendency to shift blame to other people for their own mistakes, and find excuses for their own faults. The inability to accept criticism, it cannot be seen easily. So that is a negative point of sun. And another thing, as I mentioned already, that it can bring what you can say, impact, a negative impact on the image, public image, the name, or the career of the person. It can show career instability, or if sun is bad or making certain particular combinations, it can show that maybe it can bring certain progress in career for a certain time period initially, but later on gives downfall. So no doubt, of course, these are the negative aspects of sun, but I have tried my best here to explain you the placements of sun in the first house, how it is placed. Okay, whether it is well placed or badly placed, you have to assess the chart, but I have given you a general description, that what kind of results sun can bring if it is in the first house, well placed or badly placed, good or bad, strong or weak. So I hope you would have understood here. And one more thing, if sun is well placed in the first house, it is an excellent position for spiritual progress and growth also, because sun is the natural atma karak. So it helps the person, particularly if it is making spiritual yogas, otherwise not. So it is an excellent position for making person self-aware, for total loss of ego, and making person, what you can say, conscious about his own true absolute nature. The best example which I remember is Swami Vivekananda. He had ninth Lord Sun in the first house. So this is a very well situation in his case, and in his case, Sun is his Atma Karak, very well placed. It is Varguttam, it is in Sagittarius, it is in Pushkaramsha, very powerful Sun. So in his case, it's making very strong combinations for self awareness and the Samadhi state which he achieved in his life. So that is another excellent result of sun, if it is making good spiritual yogas in the chart. So I think you would have understood by now what kind of results we can expect in of sun in the first house. All kind of things I have explained here. You have to assess the chart in totality with other combinations also. So that's all from my side today in this video. We will talk about the other placements of sun in the forthcoming videos. If you are new to my channel, subscribe below for more. Check on my website and Facebook page and Instagram. Their links are provided in the description. Otherwise, we will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.